Hi, we are the business finance team. We are here to do a quick revision on capitalization and capital structure. We have done a lot of sums in the class regarding EBIT EPS analysis. So today we are taking a question which is the most probable, and if you can have a look at this question in fact is uploaded on the LMS. And see, it says that there is a company who already have a capital of rupees 5 lakhs divided into 100, in the shares of 100 each. So that is, they have 5,000 equity shares of 100 rupees each. They want another 3 lakh rupees for expansion and modernization. So the company plans some alternatives. It is given 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. And the EBIT has also been mentioned as 1,50,000. Assuming a corporate tax of 30, find out the EPS. So we call this entire exercise as something called as EBIT EPS analysis, right? And we start with EBIT and end up at the EPS. the EPS. So what we do is we say we take the EBIT. EBIT has been given as 1,50,000 in all cases. So we will record that it is 1,50,000. And also we need to understand what are the different plans. Okay, if you can read the question, first thing is all common stock, meaning here everything in this plan, everything is going to be in the form of equity shares. Okay, and second thing is 1 lakh in common stock and 2 lakhs in debt. So you have 1 lakh worth of equity shares plus 2 lakhs of debt or debenture. And the third case is everything is in debt. We require 3 lakhs and the entire 3 lakhs is in the form of debt. And fourth one is 1 lakh in the form of equity and 2 lakhs in the form of preference capital. That is what it says. These are the plans. Okay, plan 1, plan 2, plan 3 and 4. So we have the EBIT with us now. And from EBIT, all of us have learnt that we need to be first subtracting and removing the interest out of it. So minus interest. Now in plan 1, since we are talking only about equity shares, interest is not applicable. So let us not bother to reduce anything here. Interest is not applicable. In plan 2, you have 2 lakhs worth of debt, and that debt is coming to you at 10%, meaning the interest is 20,000. In plan 3, also there is a debt, entire 3 lakhs is debt, so which means this is coming to 30,000. But in plan 4, again there is no debt because we are talking about preference, so debt is not applicable. Now EBIT minus I, we get something called as earnings after interest, or we can also say earnings before tax because I is removed from that. So if you look at it, 1,50,000 comes here, and 150 minus 20 is 130, 1,30,000, and this is 1,20,000, and this 150 remains as it is, right? So in the first and the fourth case, whatever was the EBIT also will be carried forward as the earnings before tax. The question says that the tax element is at 30%. So tax at 30%. Now again question is 30% of what? Tax is 30% of the EBT. So 30% of 1,50,000, okay, which is 45,000. All right. And 30% of 1,30,000 is 39,000. 30% of 120 is 36,000, and again the same 45,000 comes over here. So EBIT minus tax, we get something called as earnings after tax. We can also say profit after tax. Okay, so I need to be subtracting tax from the EBT. 150 minus 45 is 1,05,000. 139 minus 39 is 91,000. 120 minus 36 is 84,000. And 150 minus 45 is again 1,05,000. Okay, and we need to be, the moment you get EAT, you have to clear your liability towards the preference shareholders. meaning we need to be giving something called the preference dividends. Now, as you know, in case 1 there is only equity, so preference dividend does not apply here. Case 2, there is equity and debt, again preference dividend does not apply. Case 3 also, the preference dividend does not apply. But in case 4, there is a preference capital, if you see, to the extent of 2 lakhs, and preference capital is at a rate of 8%. So on 2 lakhs, 8% is 16,000. Right? So we have given the preference dividends, and now whatever is available, whatever is remaining, we call it as EAESH. I'm sure all of you know this, stands for earnings available for equity shareholders. So in this case, it is 1,05,000, it is 91,000, it is 84,000, and 1,05,000 minus 16, that is 89,000. So we have removed the preference dividends, we got the EAESH. Now I need something called as the number of equity shares. Number of equity shares. Now in the first case, the number of equity shares is 8,000. Why? Because they earlier had 5,000, that is 5,000 shares, and then they are raising 3,000 shares. So the number of equity shares here is going to be 8,000. And in the second case, with 5,000, we are raising only 1 lakh of equity here, right? So that is going to be 6,000 shares. 6,000 shares. In the second case, in the third case, since everything is in the form of debt, the original equity shares will hold good, which is 5,000 shares. And then in the last case also, 1 lakh is in equity, therefore it is 6,000 shares. Now we started with EBIT, we need to end up at EPS. So we need to calculate something called as the earnings per share. Now what is earnings per share? All of us know that it is earnings available for equity shareholders divided by number of equity shares. So that is, we are going to divide 1,05,000 with 8,000. Alright, that is 13.13, 15.17. I'm rounding off some values, 16.80 and 14.83. Okay. Now they are asking you which plan is better. We need to be choosing that particular plan which is giving us the maximum option, the maximum EPS, right? So which means I think plan 3, which is giving us an EPS of 16.8 as compared to others which are in there 13, 14, 15, etc. So therefore we can just conclude that option number 3 or plan number 3 or alternate number 3 is the best. Thank you.